Hi everybody, this is Kefren, your favorite French Canadian. Today I'm going to show you how to boost your FPS in Valorant in 2021. I made a guide when the game was just launched, and now I'm going to update it because a lot of stuff changed. And also, it will be a boost guide, but also the best setting to have like the most FPS, and also the game will be like clear. You need clarity in this game, so we're gonna make sure that everything is clear because it's a competitive game and we want to see enemy. We don't just want to have FPS. So the first thing that I recommend is the famous game mode. Remove game mode in this game, really important. Put this one at off. It's causing stuttering, and I was also losing FPS with it. For the Xbox game bar, really important. Put this one at off also. I was losing FPS, causing stuttering also. Honestly, disable all those overlay that you're currently using, the Discord overlay, AMD, Nvidia, whatever overlay that you're using. Really important to remove it because I'm not too sure if it's because of the anti-cheat, because I know sometimes overlay is just causing issue, but in Valorant it's even worse. So it's really important, don't use any overlay. After that, capture. Make sure that your background recording is at off and your recorded audio is at off. Another thing that you can do with your Windows setting is the new feature called graphic settings, or just write GPU over here. And you have now the hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. Make sure this one is at on, and you will need to restart your computer to make sure this one is applied. You will see the difference on like entry level and mid-range computer. But honestly, if you have like a 3090 from Nvidia, you will not see the difference. Normally you can have like 2 to 4% boost on your FPS. You need the latest version from Windows to have this option available, and also you need an Nvidia card 1000 series or more recent. I don't think it's available right now for AMD. Maybe just write a comment if it is for the series like 6000, 5000, or even like less. I'm not too sure what AMD did for this one, but I know that when they launched it, it was not available. So yeah, that's about it for this one. Another thing that it's really important, it's like your power mode on your GPU and on your CPU. You really need to make sure that you're using a good energy plan. So for your card, just right click on the Nvidia, go to your control panel. You can pretty much do the same thing on AMD. Go to manage 3D setting, and make sure that your power management mode is at prefer maximum performance. So you really need like the best power management mode because you don't want to run your GPU or CPU at like 80% of its capacity. Normally, if you're using a desktop, you will not have any issue with this, but it's more like for people who's playing Valorant on a laptop. Sometimes they're getting weird stuff with like eco energetic, and they don't like give you the maximum power that you should have. So really important to use that for your GPU. For the CPU or your Windows, just write energy, click edit power plant, go to change advanced power setting, and here you will have a couple of plans. So me, I have a Ryzen processor, I'm using the balanced one. So normally when you're just running like a generic laptop, you will have balance, high performance, and power saver. Go with balance or high performance. Normally they're almost the same, honestly, and if you don't have like a good cooling solution, maybe just go with balance. But don't go with power saver, you will not like get the maximum power of your computer. So this is pretty much it for the balance setting. One more thing is your driver. Make sure that you update your driver. Valorant is a really big game and it's a AAA game. Just like make sure that you update your GeForce Experience, update your AMD card, or even if you have like an integrated GPU with Intel, just go into Intel website, download the software. Don't just update your driver with the search here. It's just a driver to make sure that your monitor is working with your desktop. So really important, go on their website and download the latest version. So now let's go in Valorant. So now inside of the game, we will go to settings over here. Click so settings again. Go to video and general. The first thing that we'll need to look at is the display mode. Really important to play in full screen in this game. The borderless one, you will lose FPS and also you will get some stuttering, so really important to use full screen. For the resolution, I recommend your native one, so depending on your monitor. Me, it's 1080p. If you're playing 2K, go with 2K, but really important to look at your hertz. When I stream, a lot of people sometimes are saying to me like, I just bought a new screen, and they're getting like, I don't know, a 240 hertz, and they're still at 60 when they're playing. So really important to configure this one. So really important, choose it over here. After that, for limit of FPS, I don't limit anything, so everything is at off. I want the most of FPS of my machine. And for if you have the Nvidia Reflex low latency available, you have two options. You have on or on plus boost. For me, on plus boost in Valorant and even in Warzone, I'm losing FPS, like I'm losing 10 to 15 FPS. So it really depends on where you're at, where your FPS. For me, it doesn't matter. I have a 144 Hz screen and I can run Valorant with a lot of FPS. So I can easily go on plus boost. But if you're like, you're getting, I don't know what, like 144 FPS and you have a 144 Hz screen, maybe go with on, because with the boost you will go under your amount of Hertz. For graphic quality, multi-thread rendering, really important to put this one at on. Material quality, go with low. You will get like 2% for each bracket over here, so a nice 4% boost. Texture, it's a bit tricky. A lot of like pro player playing at low, and even me, it will not affect your FPS. It really depends on your VRAM. So normally if you have like 3 gig of VRAM and more, you can easily play at high at Valorant. It's more about like visibility in the game. I feel like in low texture, I see better like my enemy. So that's why I don't want any distraction, so that's why I'm going with low. Detail quality, pretty much the same thing, 2% for each bracket, so with low you will gain a nice 4%, and UI quality you can go with medium with this one. Vignette, you want to use, you want to put this one at off, you will get more of FPS, and this feature really sucks honestly for visibility, so go with off. VSync, I'm going with off. I don't want any input lag when I'm playing, so that's why I'm going with off. VSync, it can depend, like if you're playing G-Sync, FreeSync, really depend on what you're currently using, but if you don't have those options, just go with off. Anti-aliasing, I'm not using any anti-aliasing in this game, so if I compare the MSAA4X to none, I'm getting like 6% boost in my FPS, but I don't do that for my FPS, I do that for my clarity. Like when you're playing a FPS game and you're adding anti-aliasing, sometimes the game feel a little bit blurry, so that's why I'm not using any anti-aliasing. Anisotropic filtering is a bit like the texture quality, like when I mean a bit like, it's the same concept. You can easily go with 8 or 16x honestly, but I feel like I'm getting distractions, so like when I see very far in the game, I see better details. It's a little bit like crisper, but I don't want to see that, you know, I just want to see my enemy. So that's why I'm going with 1x, but you will not gain like more of FPS with this one. Improve clarity, this one is really important. Put this one at on, it will help you a lot for the clarity in the game, but you will lose like 4 to 5% in your FPS. So if you're struggling, you still struggle to have your 60 FPS in the game, you should probably turn this one at off. But if you're okay with your FPS, go with on, it's really important. All those parameters over here, just go with off. You will get like 2% for each of one. Cast shadow, you will gain 3% over here. Those options, you don't want to use it in a competitive game, so you should definitely put those one at off and you're good. Me, I'm using MSI Afterburner to see my temperature, input lag, FPS, but you have an option here in stats. You can't like see FPS, server tick rate and stuff like that, so you can see the text or graph or both, so you can change all those options. But if you don't want to use that, you can use the one from MSI Afterburner. Another thing that you can do, it's in general, so scroll a little bit, show coarse and show blood, you can put those one at off, and even show mature content you can go at off, and it will give you a little bit boost in your FPS, like 2%. So if you're still struggling with your FPS, definitely you can turn this one off. And also the show bullet tracer can help a little bit, but honestly, this is more like really last resort. So that's about it for the guide. If you have any question, guys, just comment in the YouTube section, post me your rig, so CPU, GPU, and RAM. I will try to help you the best that I can. Don't forget to like this video and also to subscribe to the channel. Peace!